My name is Carolyn. I'll be guiding your practice today. This practice is a twisty flow, vinyasa flow practice. Our theme is empowerment. So as we move through this practice today, just notice any feelings that come up, any sensations, allowing them to come up and feeling a sense of empowerment, a sense of who you are, and allowing what is to just be. That can create this beautiful sense of empowerment as we move throughout the practice just by allowing what is. So we're going to get into our child's pose to start. Bringing the knees to the edges of the mat, big toes coming together to touch. Gently walk the hands down. Maybe allowing the chest to come between the thighs. If this is uncomfortable for you, bringing the knees together in child's pose, just resting down wherever is comfortable for you. The forehead might rest on the mat. And just begin to arrive. Start to settle into all four corners of your mat. That sense of grounding, that rooting down. And start to notice your breath. Notice the quality. Is it shallow? Is it choppy? Just notice. Wherever you're at in your breath cycle, exhale all the air out you have. And inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, open it up. Nice H-A-ha sound coming out. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth. Just let it go. Let's go one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Any doubts, any insecurities. Then start to inhale through the nose once more. Filling up, feeling the rib cage expand. And exhale through the nose. Empty out. Again, inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through the nose. Maybe you create that slight constriction in the back of the throat or Ujjayi breath. A nice ocean sound. And start to crawl your hands to the right side. Sink that left hip down towards the heel as you feel that side body stretch. Maybe even drawing the right palm down by the knee. Reaching, maybe spider crawl the fingers just a little more. Really opening up that side. Release, walk it to the opposite side. Maybe drawing that palm down by the knee. Beautiful. Take it back towards the center. And inhale, draw the hips up. Make your way into a tabletop pose. So knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Find a neutral spine here. Take a breath. And on that next inhale, drop the belly low, tailbone goes high. Roll the shoulders down and away from the ears. Cow pose. Exhale for cat. Rounding the upper back, shoulder blades slide apart from each other, creating that nice dome across the upper back. Push the mat away. And inhale back for cow. Exhale, cat. And just with your own pace, your own breath pattern, move through cat-cow a few more times, waking up the spine. Maybe you add in some intuitive movement, some fluidity here, shoulder to hip, maybe a barrel roll of the chest. Maybe sinking the hips back towards the heels, just anything that would feel good for your body, any sort of movement to kind of drop in, feeling your own body, feeling that power start to rise by just creating your own movements, allowing anything to just be, not worrying about what it looks like, focusing more on what it feels like. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, and lift the hips. Make your way into that first down dog. Make those adjustments, pedaling out the feet. The heels might not reach the mat, and that's okay. Just sink in a little deeper with each breath. Down dog, we want to gaze back, making sure we can't see our heels. Fingers are spread wide. Biceps turn in towards the ears, softening in. Good. Take a roll into plank, high plank. So up on the tippy toes, roll forward, shoulders stay over the wrists. Bend the knees to a hover or maybe touch down on the mat. Sink the hips back towards the heels and then lift the hips back up, down dog. We're creating that wave-like motion. Again, finding that power and fluidity in this movement, rolling on through plank, up on the toes. Bend the knees down, touching down at the mat maybe. Hips sink back towards the heels. Lift the hips high and down dog. Move through that 2 more times. Just with your own breath. So inhale over the toes. Exhale, sink the hips back towards the heels. And lift back into down dog. Last time, roll forward. Sinking it down. And lifting hips back up, down dog. Maybe another quick pedal of the feet. And start to tippy toe, walk up towards the wrists. Ragdoll, bend the knees. Lay the chest on the thighs. Maybe grab opposite elbows, sway back and forth.
Just let the head be nice and heavy. Don't try and hold it up, just let it go. Feeling the length in the spine, in the low back. Hands can be on opposite elbows or touch down on the mat for support. Just let go. And then start to walk the hands up the legs, coming into mountain pose. Nice and slow, take your time after being upside down for a little while. If you feel lightheaded, just take a moment to ground back down, feeling the mat underneath you, drawing up the energy from the earth, feeling it come through that seat of power. Come back to your breath. Maybe close down the eyes if it feels comfortable and safe for you to do so. To really drop in and notice where you feel solid and firm, where you feel that control, and maybe where you don't feel that control. Good, one more breath here, rooting down, starting to draw that good energy up, feeling that power start to rise. Nice. On your next inhale, draw the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart, lower all the way down. Maybe you take a bend in the knees on the way down, still warming up the hamstrings. Inhale, half lift, gaze forward, keeping that neutral neck. Good. Exhale, stepping it back, high plank. Creating that dome across our shoulders. Again, pushing the mat away. Option to drop the knees here. Shift forward, heart moving through the biceps. Lower all the way down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, roll up, baby cobra. Pull the mat back with the finger pads. Push into the mat with the pelvic bone and the tops of the feet. Exhale, roll down. Tent the fingers out towards the sides of your mat, elbows facing the sky. Inhale, roll up into our cobra. Exhale, roll down. Again, inhale, roll up. Chin coming up last. Exhale, roll down. Last time, inhale, rolling up. See if you can take a little bit of pressure out of the finger pads. Exhale, roll down. Really recruiting those back muscles here. Good, hands plant back down next to the rib cage. Tuck the toes. Move through tabletop, so keeping the knees on the mat, and then lift the hips up and back into down dog. Take 2 breaths here, reset. Move through that sun salutation 2 more times. Option to take that bend in the knee through tabletop. If chaturanga is in your practice, using that as well, if you know that flow. So making your way to the top of the mat however you'd like, maybe a couple of steps, maybe a gentle hop to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, arms coming up along with us. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back into high plank. Again, option to lower those knees, move the heart through the biceps and down. Inhale, baby cobra, roll on up. Exhale, roll down. Tuck the toes, move through tabletop, and lift the hips back up, down dog. Again, up on the toes, bend the knees, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back or gently hop back if that's in your practice. Move through your flow. So if you're moving through chaturanga, lowering halfway. Inhale, up dog, thighs are hovering. Exhale, down dog. Couple breaths here. Always an option to drop down to the knees, maybe take a child's pose. And just return to the breath. We meet back in down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts towards the sky. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Heel of that right foot is driving towards the glute. And straightening back out, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee in towards the chest. Step it in between the thumbs. Lower the back knee down. Maybe untuck the toes. Hold here. Stay for the exhale. Feeling the left hip flexor. Start to open up. Maybe you feel a little bit stiff today. Maybe things feel extra sticky. That's okay. And maybe take a rock side to side. Find a little movement here. Good. Anjaneyasana. Inhale, arms lift up high. Exhale, take a cactus. Elbows draw down towards the rib cage, towards our back body, palms open, fingers spread wide. Inhale, rise up onto that left knee. So biceps by the ears. And exhale, half split. Right toes peel up. Heart is shining forward. Tailbone tilts up. Exhale, lower over the right leg. You don't have to go far to feel sensation, so just go where it feels a little bit of sensation and hold. Just being gentle with ourselves. You get to choose. That is your power. You have that option of where you choose to lean in or maybe back off. Showing that kindness to yourself and exploring those options. Good. Shift forward. Again, same movement. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, cactus. Sink a little deeper. Inhale, lift high onto that back knee. Exhale, half split. Hands come down, maybe onto blocks or to the mat. Heart shining forward. Exhale, we lower. Lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, sink maybe a little bit deeper. Good. Walk both hands over to the right side. Feeling an IT band stretch here. Nice. Release. Come back through center. And back through our low lunge, tuck the back toes, lift that back knee, step the right foot back to meet the left. Inhale, left leg to sky. Bend the knee and open up the hip. And straightening back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee comes in towards the chest. Step it up for low lunge, dropping that back knee down, untucking the toes. Can we roll the shoulders back and down, away from the ears? And just notice where we feel that sensation. Maybe it's the right hip flexor. Breathe into that, send breath there. If it helps to find maybe a wiggle back and forth, find that little movement. On the next inhale, arms lift up overhead. Exhale, cactus, elbows draw down. Inhale, lift up onto the knee. And exhale, half split. Holding here for a little bit longer this first time. And 2 more breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Through the crown, exhale, fold a little bit deeper over the leg. And again, rolling forward, low lunge. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift onto the back knee. Exhale, half split. This time walking the arms, the hands to the outside of the left leg. Beautiful. Come back through center. Tucking those back toes, sending the left foot back to meet the right. Hold here in your down dog. Maybe dropping the knees back down to the mat. And after a couple rounds of breath, we'll move into our first flow. So everyone meeting back in down dog. Inhale, right leg to sky. Exhale, step it forward. We're coming into our warrior 2 right away. So back heel turning down to the mat, cartwheeling the arms open. I'm gonna face the other way so we can see. So we have our warrior 2, shoulders over the hips, gazing down, making sure we can see that big toe, dropping the shoulders down away from the ears. Good side angle. Elbow can come to the knee first. Reach up, left hand. And then extend overhead, pinky down, thumb up. Maybe sliding that right hand down outside of the right pinky toe, extended side angle. Push through that back heel, long line of energy from heel to pinky. From here, left hand lowers down. Inhale, right arm to sky, easy twist. Square off the hips here, engage through the quad muscle. And then from here, we're stepping all the way back to side plank. Right foot stacking on top of the left, or maybe a stagger. Option to drop that bottom knee down as well. Bend the right knee in towards the rib cage. Gaze down at the top of your mat. Step the right foot all the way up. Inhale, high lunge. And warrior three, launching off of that back foot, hands coming to heart center, pushing through the ball of the back foot. Good. Bend into the standing leg, sinking those toes back down, easy twist. Good. From here, back heel slides down, reverse warrior, cartwheeling the hands up, reach back right hand. Good. Cartwheel the hands down, framing the front foot, slide the right foot through and up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee in towards the chest, step it up for low lunge. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. Take it into your half split, right toes peel up. Good. One more breath here. Inhale, right arm lifts towards the sky for a twist. Square off the hips, pull the right hip back, left hip forward here. Nice, lower right hand down and shift forward through our low lunge. Tuck the back toes, step the left foot all the way up to meet the right, keeping the hips nice and low. Chair pose, reach up overhead, biceps by the ears, gaze down, seeing the big toes. Good, hands lower to heart center. We're twisting the opposite way that we did in our half split. So inhale, scoop the belly up and in to create space. Exhale, twist towards the left. Maybe you hook the elbow, maybe you don't. Finding that twist, finding the leverage. And release. Hands come down to the mat, take a forward fold, maybe pedal out those feet. Inhale, lift on all the way up. Extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back. Take it through your flow. Or you can always skip the flow and rest in child's pose. Maybe taking those breaths in down dog. And when you're ready, inhale, left leg to sky. Exhale, step it forward, warrior two, right away. So sinking into it, making sure our knee is aligned over the ankle. If you need to back out and come back in, that's fine. Side angle, reaching up, right hand, elbow to knee, and then maybe sliding down to a block or to the mat. Extended side angle, reach overhead. And from here, lowering the right hand down, back heel spins up, easy twist. And squaring off the hips here. Engage through the back quad. And sliding that left foot all the way back, side plank, stack the shoulders. Gaze lifts to the top thumb. Bend that top knee in towards the ribs, gaze down, and step up, high lunge. Inhale, arms lift. Good. Hands can lower to heart center. Push off that back foot, warrior three. Long, tall spine here, reach through the crown of the head. And start to bend into the standing leg. Right hand down, left hand up, back for easy twist. Good. From here, we're taking that reverse warrior. So back heel down, cartwheel the hands up and over, reach back. Warrior, reverse warrior. Nice. Cartwheel hands down. Slide left foot up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee in towards the chest. Step it up, drop that back knee for low lunge. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, half split. Good, stay for one more breath here. Sink a little deeper over the leg. And inhale, twist. Left arm lifts, stack the shoulders, square off the hips. Nice, lower that twist, back to neutral, back to center. Left foot comes flat, tuck the back toes, and step the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, lift up into your chair. Good. Exhale, hands lower through heart center. Inhale, scoop the belly up and in, and exhale, twist right. Release, come back through center. Take a forward fold here, pedal out the feet. And then move, toe heel the feet across, widening your stance to sink the hips down in between the heels. Malasana squat, hands coming to heart center. And just come back to your breath here. Feeling the grounding nature of this pose. And feeling that power start to rise again. Feeling that awakening. Good. Right fingertips come down in front, just off the side of your mat. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Open up. And maybe take it for a half bind, rotating the palm to face behind you, bending into the elbow. And back of the hand comes to the small of the back. If a full bind is in your practice, you are welcome to take that as well. Release, come back through center. Opposite side, left fingertips down. Inhale, right arm lifts towards the sky. Half bind, palm faces behind you, bending the elbow. Gaze is over that right shoulder. Open through the chest. Release, hands come back through heart center. Plant the hands down, lift the hips, and take that forward fold, kind of with a wider stance here. Just shake it out, find a little bit of movement back and forth, maybe front to back. And then toe heel the feet back together to touch. Root to rise, come all the way up. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, flat back all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back. Take it through your flow. And come back into your down dog. Maybe child's pose. We're moving through that same flow again, this time with an alternate ending. So finding a little bit of familiarity in that flow as we move through the next one. Inhale, right leg to sky. Exhale, step it forward, back heel down, warrior two, open it up, setting up that nice warrior two, finding that power pose here. Good, drawing up that energy. Good, side angle, elbow to knee, reach up, left hand. And maybe extended side angle, reach overhead, pinky down, thumb up. Scoop the pelvis underneath you, keep the hips underneath the body. The left hand lowers down, inhale, easy twist, square off the hips. And maybe take it for horizon, reaching for the back of the mat, rolling onto the pinky side of both feet. Inhale, come back through our easy twist. Step the right foot all the way back, stacking the ankles, lift the hips high, top ribs, reach towards the clouds. Side plank. Bend the knee in towards the chest. Step that right foot up towards the top of your mat. Inhale for high lunge. Lower the hands through heart center on the exhale. Shift onto that standing leg in the front, warrior three. Elbows draw out, shoulders away from ears. Bend into that standing leg, left hand down, right hand up, another easy twist. And from here, back heel slides down, cartwheel the hands up and over, reverse warrior, reach back. Feeling that space through each rib. Cartwheel the hands down, framing the right foot. Slide the right foot back through and up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee in towards the chest, step it up, low lunge. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, half split. And stay here for an extra breath. Inhale for that twist. Right arm lifts, pull that right hip back, square off the hips here. And coming back down with that right hand. Shift forward. Here's where we find that variation at the end of this flow here. So sliding the arch and the heel to be in line, setting it up for pyramid pose. Inhale, take a half lift. You can have blocks under your hands, bringing the mat a little closer to you. And on the exhale, fold, pyramid pose, rounding down, forehead moving closer to the shin, tucking the chin towards the chest. From here, left hand coming onto a block or a palm print or two away from that front right foot, and shift a couple times onto the right foot, feeling that weight shift. If it feels comfortable, bring the right hand to the hip crease on that right side, reminding that right hip to stay square, pulling it back. And maybe you start to lift those back toes up, revolved half moon, staying with the hand on the hip crease. If it feels unsteady, or maybe opening up the arms, that bigger twist here, bigger balance. Good. Setting those toes back down into our warrior two stance, taking it for a reverse. Right hand reaches overhead without losing the depth in the front knee. Good, cartwheel the hands down. Slide that right foot back through and up. Take it through your flow, maybe keeping that lifted leg for a challenge, just that extra load. And then set the hips back towards the heels. child's pose. Take it for a rock side to side. Or just simply resting the forehead down for a moment. Maybe rocking the temple to temple on the forehead. Coming back to center, sealing in that third eye to your mat. Coming back to that theme, empowerment. Just seeing that word across your forehead. And as you push the forehead into the mat, feeling that enter the body, enter the mind. Really drawing that up, really consuming that empowerment, letting it flow through you. Slowly shifting back up through tabletop, making your way however you'd like back into your down dog for that second side. Stepping it back up. Inhale, left leg to sky. Exhale, step the foot between the thumbs. Back heel slides down. Cartwheel the hands open, warrior two. Side angle, elbow to knee, reach up tall. Extended side angle, hand slides down outside of the foot, reach overhead. Long line of energy, feeling that flow through. Good, right hand down, easy twist. Inhale, left arm to sky. Nectar of the moon, horizon. Reach for the back of the mat, towards the toes. Big hip opening stretch. Come back through easy twist. Step that left foot all the way back to meet the right side plank. Lift the hips high, top ribs reach towards the sky. Bend the knee in towards the chest. Gaze down at the top of your mat where you'll step with that left foot. Hands can come to heart center, or maybe they're out at our sides for balance. Push off of the back leg. Warrior three. Bend into the standing leg, right hand coming down, back into our easy twist. And from here, back heel slides down, rotate the arms back through and up for reverse warrior. Cartwheel the hands down. Slide the left foot back up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee in towards the chest. Step it up for low lunge. Untuck those back toes. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, half split. Heart reaches forward, crown of the head reaches forward. Maybe taking that extra breath here. Inhale, left arm reaches up for that twist. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. And slide that left hand back down to the mat. Left foot comes flat, tuck those back toes, lift the knee, and we slide up into our pyramid pose. So heel to arch, right toes are pointed towards the right top corner of the mat, and we square off the hips, pulling the left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, take a half lift, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold over the leg, rounding down, forehead to shin. And just experiment, maybe take a little bend in the knee, bending and straightening. Seeing what sensation comes up, anything that starts to rise up for you emotionally, just let it be. You have the power to release thoughts, negative thoughts that come and go. That is within your power. And from here, left hand coming in front of the right hand coming in front of the left foot. Maybe taking that left hand inside of the hip crease, shifting forward maybe a couple times, feeling that weight shift before lifting off of the back leg. Revolved half moon, choosing to stay here or opening up the arms. It's a big balance, it's a big twist. Give yourself grace. And slowly lowering those toes back down to the mat. Heel comes down to the mat. Reverse warrior. Cartwheel the hands up and over. Reach overhead with the left arm. Bringing that back out of that big twist. Cartwheel the hands down, framing the foot. Slide left foot up, three-legged dog. And take it through your flow, maybe keeping that leg lifted. And come back to child's pose. Come back to your breath here. And just notice in this child's pose, what are you feeling through the hips? Do they feel more open? Do they feel a little warm? Just any sensation that you're feeling. Lean into that. Just notice. And inhale to draw back up through tabletop. Take another couple rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. This time tuck the toes. Maybe shift the hips back towards the heels. Come up onto the finger pads. Just a little different sensation. And come back to your tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips high, down dog. Bring the knee in towards the right wrist, laying the shin down for pigeon. Setting it up, walking that back foot further back to get the depth, and squaring off the hips first. Using blocks underneath the glute. If you need that extra support, or also coming down onto your back for a lying figure 4 stretch if pigeon just is not comfortable or in your practice. Once we're square, maybe untuck those toes. Start to walk down the hands, coming onto the forearms maybe. And start to settle in. Feel into that right hip crease, the right hip flexor, anything that's talking to you right now. Allow each exhale to soften a bit more. Choosing these moments to become still and to listen and be in tune with our bodies. Knowing that we have that power. To push and to also remain soft. Start to walk the hands in, back towards their shin. Inhale here. Open through the heart. And shift the weight onto the right hip. And tuck in those right
toes in towards the left thigh. Left elbow comes down onto a block or inside of the knee. Inhale, right arm lifts up towards the sky. And on the exhale, find a fold towards the toes without rounding our shoulder forward, leaning back, spiraling the heart towards the sky. Whether or not you touch the toes is not important. The inhale will draw us back up, planting the fingers away from us, next to our right hip. Shift the weight onto the right shin as we push the pelvis forward, kneeling wild thing. Slowly settle the hips back down. Back leg swings up and around. Maybe stacking the knees, maybe not, but finding where you can. And then gaining that tall spine once more. From here, start to walk the hands forward, rounding down, tucking the chin, and using the finger pads to gently push our hips back towards the back of our mat. And walking back up, finding a tall spine once more. Good. Bringing the peace finger and thumb in between the toe, the big toe, and drawing both legs up for a balance. Open through the chest. And you reach the crown of the head towards the sky. And slowly coming back down by bending the knees, releasing the toes. And we'll set ourselves up for pigeon on the opposite side. So right leg swings back behind us. And we shift the weight centered on the hips. Left shin is forward. Getting that depth, finding that good alignment first before slowly walking down onto the forearms. Taking nice, slow, easy breaths here. Reminding yourself that even when you feel powerless, your power is in there. It always has been. And all you need to do is find it within yourself. Trust yourself that it's there. Start to walk the hands in towards the body. Inhale, open through the heart here. And shift the weight onto the left hip point. Back leg comes up and around, stacking the knees as best you can. Sitting the hips down in between the heels. And once again, deep breath in, reach the crown tall. Exhale, start to walk the hands forward. Softening. Notice your breath. If you've lost it, just come back to it without judgment. And slowly walk back in
We'll find that balance one more time. Peace finger and thumb around the big toe. And opposite toe, start to extend the legs. Maybe you keep the legs bent or extend to straight. Open through the heart. Bending the knees to come out nice and slow. Releasing the toes, drawing the knees together. Make your way onto your back, however you'd like to get there. Maybe using your hands for support to lower all the way down, one vertebrae at a time, coming onto the mat. Tuck both knees in towards the chest. Give it a squeeze. Unroll the low spine here. Release the left leg long, flexing the foot. Tuck the right knee up and around the rib cage into your right armpit. We want a white knuckle grip here, very tight. Squeezing in, but remaining in control of the breath. Just one more big breath in. And on the exhale, left hand draws the right knee across the body, supine twist. Extend that right arm out, look towards the right. Keeping the right shoulder on the mat. If it starts to lift, backing out of the twist just a little bit. Knowing where those limits are is a sign that we're in tune with our body, that we have the power to choose and to listen. Release the twist, bringing the right knee back in, maybe give it one more little hug in towards the chest, and release the right leg long. Left knee gathers in, up and around the rib cage, flexing the right foot a lot. Hug it in, tight grip, a couple breaths. And on that next breath in, release on the exhale, bringing it into the twist, crossing across the body, look towards the left. Feeling the spine start to extend and lengthen. The crown of the head reaches towards the back of the room. Come back through center, hugging in that left knee one more time, just a little squeeze, a little self-hug there. And then lower both legs down to the mat, arms alongside the body. Start to settle in, final Shavasana. Letting everything start to melt down underneath you. The mat carries the weight of your body and is here to support you as you soften and allow everything to relax. All the joints, all the muscles. The space between the eyebrows is soft and relaxed. The jaw is soft and relaxed. The tongue is soft in the mouth. And as you're here in your Shavasana,
we think about empowerment and how we have those options to choose. We have that choice is our power. How we choose to change, energize, to elevate, all of those things that help us progress is all within our power as a divine being living in a human experience. One quote I'd like to share nearing the end of this practice is, "You are allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress." Just thinking about that. We're not looking for perfection, we're looking for progress. And again, that progress is within our power to choose, to move forward, to let go, knowing that choice is ours. Stay in Shavasana as long as you need to, as long as you'd like. When you're ready, roll to one side, taking a breath in the fetal position before making your way into a seated position. Bringing the hands to heart center, pushing through the knuckles of both hands, sealing in this practice, this time that you've spent for yourself, to then go and spread your energy and light to others. Bringing the thumbs up to that third eye. Taking a breath here. And recognizing that connection to power that you have within you. And bringing the hands back to heart center, taking a breath here. Exhale, bowing forward if you choose. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.